Welcome back, guys, to our playthrough of Pokemon Yellow. Don't be fooled, everything is blue, but this is indeed yellow version, obviously, as you can tell with our little companion Pikachu here. And we are standing in Cerulean City, which explains the blue theme, you know, the water gym and everything like that. But this is actually probably going to be one of the most important cities that we're going to be in, because there's a lot of stuff happening in Cerulean City. So as you can tell right now, despite all that we've been through, we only have Pikachu and a Nidoking on our team. However, Cerulean has, and it's like adjacent routes, 24 and 25, are filled with great Pokemon that you can add to your team. So here's the plan. Cerulean City has Bulbasaur. You can get it in here if you have a good relationship or a strong enough bond between you and your Pikachu. If Pikachu likes you enough, a trainer in here will gift you a Bulbasaur. She specializes in like healing injured Pokemon, but she's like, hey, I'll give you Bulbasaur, but only if your relationship is good enough with Pikachu. In addition to the gym being in Cerulean City, you can get the Bulbasaur, but also the Nugget Bridge Challenge, which is like just north of Cerulean City, which I sort of consider to be a part of Cerulean, even though it starts to like be on the routes 24 and 25 up to the north of where I'm at right now. Once you get through the Nugget Bridge Challenge, there's a couple of unique trainers that if you do not encounter, if you avoid them, then you can use them later as part of a series or sequence of events that'll trigger an encounter with Mew, also in Cerulean City, so you can catch it at level 7. Talk about that more in a minute. Up in Route 24, I think technically, so directly north, if you went straight from where I'm at, you will find a trainer, like straight forward or up. There's a trainer up there that'll give you a Charmander. No requirement, just have an open spot on your roster. So that's what we're going to be focusing on, is Bulbasaur, and then getting ready for the Nugget Bridge Challenge. Also, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what you need to know to prepare for the next video, which is how you would get Mew. So there's a lot of stuff happening in the next couple of videos. We're going to get Bulbasaur in this one. Okay, we're going to set some stuff up and expand on the whole Mew thing and what we're going to be prepared for with that, or you can just go watch the episode in my Pokemon Blue playthrough. It's like episode like 4 or 5 or something. And then we're going to wrap things up, and then in the next episode we'll get Charmander, we'll take on the Nugget Bridge Challenge, I'll explain all the trainers and everything that's significant about the Mew encounter, so that way you can run into it yourself in your own Pokemon Yellow playthrough. But just to reiterate, just to set all the expectations, here's the plan. We're going to get Bulbasaur here in Cerulean. We are going to face our rival. There's a mandatory, unavoidable battle between you and him just before you get on Nugget Bridge. Okay, and then hopefully that'll wrap things up for what this video will entail. Then in the next episode, we are going to do the Nugget Bridge Challenge. We're going to take it on all 5 trainers on the bridge, including the member of Team Rocket, so a 6th trainer. And then I'm going to explain a little bit more about what you can do to get Mew. We're going to grab Charmander, and then we're going to go meet Bill. So I guess the next episode will be getting Charmander and taking on Nugget Bridge and everything. And then after that, we'll be doing the Mew thing. So this will be dedicated to Bulbasaur, the next episode will be dedicated to grabbing Charmander, and the next episode will be like a guide on how you can encounter Mew. But if you're impatient for that, you can go check out the Pokemon Blue playthrough, because the instructions are pretty much the same. Nonetheless, though, we just arrived in Cerulean City, so we haven't done anything yet. We will wait to encounter Misty, because we don't really need to do that just yet. We are going to heal up. I don't remember if we did this already. Maybe we did. And then we're going to go take on our rival. Now, he's going to have a handful of Pokemon that are going to be high enough level to provide a decent challenge if you aren't ready. So be prepared. His first Pokemon he throws out, though, is a Spearow. So if you're playing Pokemon Yellow, it would make sense to have Pikachu out front first, so that way you can completely dominate the battle by hitting him with electric attacks. After that, what does he have? So he has, God, what is it? He's got Spearow, he's got his Rattata and Eevee, and then he has one more, so we'll have to take a look at that. But he has 2 Pokemon that are normal types. Sandshrew, that's what he has. So Sandshrew, if you have a Bulbasaur at a high enough level by that time, you can take him on, but with that, but I don't really recommend it, because when you get Bulbasaur here, if you decide to grab it first before encountering an rival, Bulbasaur's level 10, I think Sandshrew's level 15, and Sandshrew will do a lot of damage to Bulbasaur, and I think Bulbasaur only knows Leech Seed, Tackle, and Growl, I think, so he's pretty much useless unless you level him up, and we don't have any good TMs to use against him. We've got Whirlwind here, this one is Water Gun, and this one is Bide, so I'm going to sell those, but I'm going to go ahead and stuff first the TM for Water Gun in the box, and the reason being is because we will encounter a Squirtle when we get to Vermilion City, once we deal with a bunch of stuff there. And I think Squirtle probably will know Water Gun, but in case he doesn't, I want to have the TM for it, just in case. Okay, we need to buy some items as well. And we're going to stuff the Dome Fossil in the box, because I'm not going to need that for a while. I might not even, like, get the Kabuto out of it. I really don't care. Okay, so we're good there. Let's see. So Pikachu and Nidoking in really good shape. So we're going to go buy some items first, and then I'll show you where you grab Bulbasaur, and then we can move on. The Bulbasaur sprite is really cool. I really like how Bulbasaur looks in this game. Looks really good. Probably just gonna, now, I also plan on grabbing an Abra, because I'm going to evolve it into Alakazam eventually in this playthrough. Did I need... Let's sell a couple things real fast, so I can see what I have in my inventory real quick. So no, I needed more potions, and I needed some awakenings. Bide, I don't care about that move. Whirlwind is not useful to me. Yeah, so we're gonna buy potion. We'll buy 6 of you. No, we'll buy 5, because I have 1 already, so we'll have 6 total. Okay. And then I'm gonna buy just a couple of awakenings. In the last episode, I faced a freaking Jigglypuff that kicked the crap out of me, because he kept on putting my Pokemon to sleep, so that wasn't very great. Now, one final thing that I will touch base on with Mew. Okay, so in my Pokemon Blue playthrough, I wanted to have Mew on my team because it can learn any move, right? Which means any TM, any HM. And so I kind of used it as sort of like an HM slave, which is not, I mean, it doesn't really matter because the game will classify Mew as an illegitimate catch. So like if you're playing this on Virtual Console, if you're playing it on the 3DS or whatever, and you want to transfer it up to like Pokemon Home or whatever, you can't. It won't work, as far as I know. Because you obviously can't catch Mew on Nugget Bridge, but it lets you do that. So the encounter with Mew, while you don't need any outside codes, cheats, or hacks or anything like that, you're just going to trigger a few different sequence of events, and then it will spawn a Mew, so you can catch it for your Pokedex. It's not legit. So, but the fact that you can do it self-contained in Red, Blue, and Yellow, the same method for all 3 games, that's as legitimate as it can be, I think, in my opinion. Just because if you can do it in your own game without like entering cheats, then I feel like that's fine. But I use it as an HM slave in my Pokemon Blue playthrough, specifically for the purpose of Fly. I picked Squirtle in that playthrough, so I didn't have Charizard, and Charizard can't know Fly in Red and Blue anyway, but they changed that in Pokemon Yellow, so I'm going to teach Fly to Charizard. So that's one reason why I really want to have Charmander on the team, not only because it's one of my favorite Pokemon, but I want to have it as a fire type, and I want it to know Fly. That's very useful for me. Bulbasaur is going to learn Cut when I get it, and so that's the HM we're going to have there. Squirtle to Blastoise whenever I get Surf. Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, whatever Pokemon I have at that time is going to learn Surf. And Mew is probably going to go in the box. Now, in order to get Mew, for the method I'm going to show you, it is important to have an Abra, because it knows Teleport. But I also want to have an Abra because I want to evolve it into Alakazam. Now you're probably thinking, like, Marcanine, you can't do that because Abra evolves into Kadabra, and then Kadabra can't evolve into Alakazam without trading. Well, I changed that too. So, much like how I've done with the majority of my playthroughs, I think all of them but my Pokemon Red playthrough on this channel, if I'm not mistaken, I altered the game files to allow me to evolve Pokemon that normally evolve through trade mechanic. I altered the game file to allow them to level up to 37 and then hit their final evolutionary stage that way instead. So, just to reiterate, when I get my Kadabra and I hit level 37 with it, it'll evolve into Alakazam. Same thing with Graveler to Golem, Haunter to Gengar, Machoke to Machamp, etc. So, if you are wondering how to do that, though, I made a video that covers all the instructions, everything you need to know on how to do that, so you can, like, alter your game files and stuff. So, if you want to take a look, go check out the most viewed video on my channel with the instructions on that. That is for emulator only, though, so just keep that in mind. So I will be getting an Abra, and I will be getting Alakazam, so it's going to be our Psychic type heavy hitter, and then we're going to shove Mew in the box. I'm going to catch it for the novelty, not because I actually need to, and I want to show you in case you want to have Mew on your team. You want to do it level 7. It's a super easy process, and you can get it before you even encounter Misty. That's I think the earliest you can catch it through the method that I'm going to show you, but there are other ways. So if you happen to stumble across this portion of the playthrough and you've already missed your opportunity based on how I'm going to show you, don't worry. There's other ways to catch Mew, but that will save all that and more in the Mew video. I just wanted to kind of set the stage for what we're going to do. So we're going to get Bulbasaur now. We're going to take on our rival. In the next episode, we're going to clear out routes 24 and 25 of trainers, except for the ones that are pertinent to our process of catching Mew. We're going to get Charmander, and we're also going to meet Bill in the next episode. And then after that, we are going to get Mew. So couple things on that. But I think we covered all the bases that I wanted to touch base on with you. So, this house right here. Oddish, Sandshrew, and she has the Bulbasaur. I love this sprite. He looks so good. Look how perfect he looks. He's so cool looking. I love it. This is one of the best sprites, overworld sprites in the game. But even Sandshrew and Oddish look good too. Oddish is kind of derpy, but man, look at him. Look at those little feet. Love him. All right, let's talk to her. I take care of injured Pokemon. I nurse this Bulbasaur back to health. It needs a good trainer to take care of it now. I know. Would you take care of this Bulbasaur? Yes, indeed. Nope, we're good. Cool. Let's take a look at Bulbasaur's stats. So, 17, 14, 15, 21. His special is really good. I have done this before because I was testing some things and I grabbed a Bulbasaur and the stats were like between 17 and 19. The Bulbasaur I had before, in an earlier iteration of the video when I was testing stuff, the defense and speed were up much higher and special was a little bit lower. So you can, if you wanted to, I don't know why you would, but if you wanted to just do like soft resets and then get a different Bulbasaur each time until you get the stat distribution you want, you could do that. I think the one that I received may have had 30 on the HP and not 31 as well, but I might be mistaken on that. But I'm pretty sure that was the case. But anyway, so we got ourselves our Bulbasaur now. I don't have anything useful to teach him, so we're going to just deal with that. Also, if you're looking to grab a rare candy, there's one right in here. This guy talks to you about what all the badges do and everything. And I believe there's a rare candy like right here. Where are you? Right here somewhere. There's a little spot. Not you, Pikachu. I'm trying to grab a rare candy. It's on this little brick road here somewhere right here. Come on, where are you? Where are you at? It might be the direction that you have to face. Come on. There it is. Weird, I thought I hit this little one. All right, but there it is. Cool. So right here, rare candy, bada boom. Save that for later. All right, now back to the rival situation. So he's going to use a Spearow first, so be prepared for that. Have your Pikachu out front so he can do all the damage there. Two of his Pokemon are normal types, so if you have a Nidoran that has learned Double Kick, or it's, you know, one of its evolutionary stages, then you'll be able to blow through both his Eevee and his Rattata instantly. His Sandshrew is probably the one that's going to give you the most trouble, simply because there's not really a type advantage that we have with it. Bulbasaur could do that, but again, Leech Seed is garbage. He's also a low level, so he's not going to be prepared to take on Sandshrew, despite the fact that he might have... Grass has advantage over ground type, right? I think? Whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, let's go ahead and beat him and deal with this. Yo, Mark! You're still struggling along back here? I'm doing great. I caught a bunch of strong and smart Pokemon. Here, let me see what you caught. That's why you didn't get the Bulbasaur, Gary, because you're kind of an a-hole. Alright, Spear should go down in one hit with a Thunder Shock from Pikachu at level 19. And then that should be enough XP to boost Pikachu to level 20. Oh, come on! Dang it. Yeah, you got paralyzed. That's fine. Missed anyway. Somehow the RNG did not reward me with a clean kill. Or knockout. Still got level 20. Good, good. Now, right now, Pikachu knows the moveset that I want it to know, so I'm probably not going to teach it Slam. I don't know if that's the right decision, but I'm not going to teach it anyway. Thunder Shock, Thunder Wave, Quick Attack, and Mega Punch are the moves that I want it to know, so... Alright, we are going to throw Bulbasaur out there for the exposure, but I'm not going to do anything for the battle. Sandshrew can hit us with Scratch and do 60% damage and completely wipe us out. Bulbasaur in particular. Bulbasaur's front sprite is great, but behind, whew, buddy. That is a butterface from the back. Derpy to the max. Alright, Nido can take the brunt of the hit, so I'm not too worried about it. Scratch isn't going to do too much. And then we're just going to finish it with some Horn Attacks. And then we're going to do this for the remainder of the battles. Every single Pokemon he's got, we're going to throw Bulbasaur out there. Brilliant. Now, initially, my plan was to get Bulbasaur and Charmander in the same video, but I've gotten feedback in the past that people don't particularly like that because they don't like skipping around in the video to find out what I want or what they want to see. Which from one side of it, I get it. Like, They don't want to see like a 25-minute video on how to get one Pokemon. Just show me. But like, what am I going to do? Make a 10-second video? Hey, you're in Cerulean City. It's this house right here. Make sure Pikachu's got a good relationship. Okay, thanks. Like, subscribe, and comment. Like, I just don't see that being a feasible and a good quality use of my time to make a video. But at the same time, I think if we hit, we're about 15 minutes in. So I think that's probably as acceptable a length, I think. Because I also wanted to talk about things that we needed to do to set us up for the coming videos. Because this video is kind of a layup for some other stuff that we got going on. To get Charmander, to get Abra, for the purpose of getting Mew, encountering Build, the Nugget Bridge. There's a lot happening in this area. So it's very important that we prepare. And Bulbasaur, I think Charmander and Squirtle both show up at level 10 too, right? Charmander for sure does. But regardless, it's going to take a little time for Bulbasaur to get the necessary experience to grow to be like, you know, a quality member of the team. But I just don't see getting Bulbasaur and then doing Nugget Bridge. I feel like that's going to take too long. And I feel like people just want to know where Bulbasaur is and, you know. Hey, take it easy. You won already. Plus, like, the algorithm and everything, I don't want to put how to get Bulbasaur and Charmander. Like, that would just be too long of a title. People might not be searching for that. There's a whole bunch of different reasons why I want to do just one Pokemon per. Hey, guess what? I went to Bill's and got him to show me his rare Pokemon. That added a lot of pages to my Pokedex. After all, Bill's world famous as a Pokemaniac. He invented the Pokemon storage system on PC. Since you're using his system, go thank him. Well, I better get rolling. Smell you later. Frickin' love Gary. All right. So we're gonna go heal now because we've beaten him, and then we have the Nugget Bridge Challenge. Now the good news is just as a reminder for the Nugget Bridge Challenge, when you're fighting those 5 trainers, there is a 6th trainer, which turns out to be a member of Team Rocket that wants to recruit you. Unfortunately, we can't accept. But the good news is, at least, is each battle, how do I say this? They're optional, but not optional. Like, they're required to move forward, but you don't have to do all 5 and then the 6th one. You can do 1 heal, 2 heal, 3 heal if you want. The trainers aren't that bad though, so you don't really need to do it that way. I'm just saying that that's reasonable if you wanted to approach it that way, depending on what level your team is. And I figure if you struggled with taking on your rival, then you're going to struggle with what we're doing here on Nugget Bridge here in a moment. But regardless, we'll go ahead and save it, and we will continue on with the Nugget Bridge stuff here in the next episode of the playthrough, just so we can go and grab ourselves a Charmander. As a reminder, the Nugget Bridge, you can clear them all out so we can kind of clear that path. That'll help us with what we need to do with Mew, because that is also relevant. If for whatever reason you're worried about the Mew stuff, go watch the Pokemon Blue playthrough, because I go in depth on what you need to know about that. But the most important thing is, if you're playing along and you got this far, there are 2 trainers you need to avoid. One is the guy over on Route 24 in that patch of grass immediately to the left of Nugget Bridge. So there's Nugget Bridge, there's the water, and there's that patch of grass. That patch of grass contains Abra if you want to farm for one. Just, you know, be prepared that it's going to teleport away from you most of the time. But that trainer, do not lock eyes with him. It's very important that you don't do that, okay? There's another trainer over in the top right, so in the northeast on Route 25 on the way to Bill's house that has a Slowpoke. I think it's his only Pokemon in his, like, party. That's the guy you want to avoid as well. So if you're playing along and you come across that guy and you fight him, reload and avoid him, because he's an optional trainer. You can avoid him and go on to Bill if you want, which is what we're going to do in the next episode. But nonetheless, we've talked enough about that. Hopefully this was useful in some way to you. We talked a lot about some good stuff that should help you prepare for the team that you're possibly looking to build. As I said, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Abra, they're going to be on the team, and then we'll evolve them to their final stages in the future episodes of this playthrough. But nonetheless, if you did enjoy this video in my rambling, show your love by hitting the like button. Do not forget to subscribe. Any feedback for me, leave in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I do always reply to, like, the top level comments. So if you leave a comment, I always see it, because the YouTube, like, system alerts me of that. And I can see a list of all comments that I haven't replied to. So I will reply to your first comment every time, 100%. I don't always get the notification for, like, a reply to my reply. So if you have anything you want to say and I don't get back to you, just fresh new comment. Don't reply in a thread, just a new comment, and I'll see that, and then we can keep talking. Or you can take a look in the description box, as there are some links there that might be of interest to you, including a link to the Marcanine community Discord, which is the best way to talk to me. If you want to join that, just follow the verification process that I have in Discord for yours and the community safety, and then you can at me anytime. I'm checking Discord all day, every day, so I'm there if you want to reach me or chat with me or ask questions or anything like that. Talk Pokemon, talk other things, whatever. I'm available. There's also some really great people in the Discord server as well. We've got a great mod team, and we have some really funny people that drop some comments, and we have some memes, chats, and things like that that maybe you find super cringy, or maybe you find funny and entertaining. I don't know. But nonetheless, there's good stuff there. In addition to the link to the Discord server, there's also a link in the description box for geekoutpost.com. That is an entertainment and media blog that I own, operate, run, manage, design, and write for. It is a great place to stay up to date on the latest entertainment and gaming news, reviews, and rumors if you're into that kind of thing. Otherwise, just know that I appreciate your time, and I hope to see you when we continue with more of our playthrough of Pokemon Yellow, because we've got some really great stuff coming up. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. Take care of yourselves, be well, and I hope to see you around. Later.